Good Monday morning, Quad Cities. Good to be back with you for the start of a new work week. Got some exciting things to talk about weather-wise, including this, our last total lunar eclipse of not only the year, but until the year 2025. So this is going to take place in our skies first thing tomorrow morning. It begins about 9 minutes after 3, and the maximum eclipse, when the moon will be totally within the Earth's shadow, that is going to be right around 5 o'clock in the morning. So if you normally join us for GMQC, it'll be right near prime time there. Get outside, take a peek at this. Again, the last one until March of 2025. Let's recap the rain from the weekend, at least the start of it anyway. Generous amounts. Most of you more than an inch, even a few of you more than 2 inches worth of rain. How has that changed our deficit or our drought situation? It has improved. We got a nice surplus now, starting off for the month of November, about 1.25 inches. That, of course, will shrink because it is going to stay dry for the next number of days. Look at our departure, though, for the season. This number, remember, last week was well more than 1.5 inches. We've knocked that down to about 1/4 inch. And look at the yearly deficit. That was closing in on 7 inches last week. Now we've knocked it down back to 5 3/4. So that was certainly a nice little dent in that deficit. It would be nice to get a couple of more going here in the next couple of weeks. So fingers crossed we can do that. Not in the cards this week, though. We are going to stay dry even today. Partly cloudy skies, 52 for a high this afternoon. By tonight, we'll keep a couple of those clouds mixed in. We'll drop to the mid-30s. Tomorrow, that northerly wind becomes more southeast throughout the day, and that's going to push us a little further along into the low 60s. So we've kept that cold stuff, that Arctic air, bottled up to the north, and that's where it will stay, especially by the middle part of this week. By Wednesday into Thursday, this air mass right here will give us high temperatures easily in the mid-70s. However, what's on the backside of this is going to be awfully sharply colder. And this is going to be a rude awakening by the weekend. Saturday and Sunday, this Arctic blast right overhead. That means highs limited to the 30s despite some sunshine. Now that Arctic air, it is going to intensify because of what's going on here in the tropical Atlantic. This is subtropical storm Nicole. This system is likely going to intensify to a Category 1, if not a Category 2 hurricane by the time it gets towards the East Florida coast here by Thursday. So everywhere from Miami all the way up to Jacksonville and the Carolinas along Georgia coastline needs to be on alert for this storm system. Again, it is probably going to intensify more than what the National Hurricane Center is forecasting. That means some damaging storm surge and, of course, a whole lot of rain. Back on track for the Sunshine State coming up. We would love to see some of that rain, but there's none in the forecast. The front that's going to come through here with that Arctic air, it looks like it's going to be a dry front. All it's going to do is whip up the wind here by Friday, crash us into the 40s for highs then, and then for your weekend, just downright cold, raw, and blustery. Highs in the mid-30s, and it looks like, feels like temperatures by this time next Monday may be dipping into the single digits. Brace yourself. Winter is on the way.